2 years ago, I was driving home from work and I got a phone call from Blizzard. That's how this whole Diablo thing started. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be bringing you my story as to how I got into Diablo Immortal from 2 years ago when I started this YouTube channel until today. From then, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it started all from a phone call from Blizzard that piqued my interest. It got me excited about this game, made me do some research, and really started out the whole journey. So why don't we dive into exactly what went down, exactly what was said, so you guys can get a better understanding for why I'm so in love with Diablo Immortal. So as many of you know, I used to be a teacher. 2 years ago, a little bit less than that, I actually quit teaching. I stopped teaching to do YouTube, do esports casting, and that whole grind full-time as my main job as it is today. As of right now, I own 4 YouTube channels that support me and my family and everything that I do. On top of that, I do esports casting and other side jobs as well, but that's not the fun part of the story. So I was driving home from my job. I had about a 45-minute drive to my job and from my job where I was a phys ed teacher. I was driving home one day. I'm usually pretty tired. As you would already know, I was drinking coffee on the way home and I get a phone call, weird phone number, but I answer it because back then, 2 years ago, everything wasn't a spam call. Like today, literally every phone call I get is a spam call. And I answered the phone and it was a representative of Blizzard. And they were saying to me on the call that they have a new mobile game that they're working on called Diablo Immortal, which I had already heard of. I knew of this from the 2018 Blizzcon when the announcement was pretty brutal. We've discussed that in length here on the channel. But actually, when I saw that announcement, I was excited. Being a mobile gamer, being someone that is in love with mobile gaming, and it's my primary avenue to game, I saw Diablo Immortal and I was like, this is an opportunity. This is something that's great that I could actually really get into. Action RPGs on mobile that are legit? Yes, sign me up. So I got the phone call from Blizzard out of the blue. I never inquired. I don't know how they got in touch with me, how they found me. Possibly, because I made like 5 YouTube videos on my main channel back then for Diablo Immortal that did pretty well. They kind of hung out there in the algorithm when you went searching. So I assume that they just kind of looked up Diablo Immortal on YouTube and they ran to my videos, which led them to actually call me. And on that phone call, they again said, we're working on this mobile game called Diablo Immortal. We're looking to bring the Diablo franchise to mobile devices, and you are a representative of the mobile community that we would like to invite out to Blizzcon. That's right, they actually invited me. They brought me out to Blizzcon. Now, I live in New York. Blizzcon's in California. That's quite the trip. I've been to California many times for family, for work, for vacationing, and I will never say no to a trip to California, by the way. It's just one of my favorite places to go. So I'm out. I got the invite to California. We want you to be at BlizzCon. This is great. I'm excited. I'm stoked. Yes, I will go. Told them I'll go. We were signed up. Tickets came. Got on the flight. By the way, the flight was delayed like something serious, like 5 hours delayed. There were storms. It took me, I think it was nearly a full day to get there, from leaving my house to actually getting there. I think it was something like 24 hours because of the waiting time in the hotel and just all of the transfers. I digress. It was quite the trip, but it was well worth it. So we're traveling all day, we're traveling all night. I'm super tired, but I'm excited about what I'm about to experience. I've never been to a BlizzCon, and I was a casual Diablo 3 player. I was never anyone serious into Diablo on PC or on console. I was a mobile gamer, but I did dabble in Diablo 3. I knew what Diablo was all about. I know that I love action RPGs, and this is my opportunity to really dive in deep, which I've since done. But we were on our way, excited about it, and I get to BlizzCon, and I'm checking into the hotel, and I realize that I can't actually get my room for about like 6 hours. So I take my bag, I stash it. Remember, this is 24 hours. I'm like, I want to just shower. After you get off a plane like that, you just want to take a shower. But nope, I had to stash my bag with the people at the front desk, and we explored BlizzCon. It was incredible. Now, let me remind you, since this, or to this time, all I've ever done were really Supercell games. I've been to Finland, I've been to Germany, I've been to Poland, all for Clash of Clans, for Brawl Stars, and for a game that never came out called Rush War. So I've traveled for sure, but never outside of my niche of people, the Supercell people, where I know so many, almost everyone I know from the Supercell realm. But this Blizzard realm, I knew no one. I was the odd man out, knew absolutely no one, but not only was I the odd man out, I was the odd mobile gamer out. At that point in time, mobile gaming in Blizzard, that was still a little bit taboo, remember? But I actually did meet one person on that journey who we still talk to this day. We have phone numbers, we chat from time to time, and that was Mobile Gamer. If you guys don't know him, he covers strategy games on mobile. Marvel Strike Force, I think, is the one that he's focusing on right now. Another full-time creator. He's actually local. He lives over there in California. We hung out a lot, exchanged tips, really got to know each other. It was great. I'm there at BlizzCon. I don't know where to go. This thing is massive. So all I start doing is I find people that look like they know what they're doing. I just kind of follow them around. They don't know I'm following them. I know, it sounds creepy. It sounds sketchy. But I'm just following them around BlizzCon. I go into the arena where they're doing some type of awards or whatever they were. I don't even remember what they were doing. Some type of big announcement. And while sitting there in the VIP seating, mind you, which was pretty amazing, they were announcing Diablo 4. Right up there. Big screen. All talking about Diablo 4. Man, that trailer. Can we get a clip of that trailer, please? That trailer was epic.
Blessed Mother, save us.
Yeah, I know you guys remember that trailer. It really was an incredible one. So far, like, I haven't met anybody. I did run into Mobile Gamer, as I mentioned. That was actually where I ran into him, right at the announcement of Diablo 4. And I just didn't know what I was doing. I walked around to the Hearthstone area, which was pretty incredible. It was actually one of my favorite areas. We went to all the announcement spots, and then I met with Wyatt. What an incredible dude. Really just such a genuine guy. So kind, so polite, so nice, and so in love with Diablo Immortal. He kind of took me under his wing for the entire trip. He knew that I was out of my element, that I really didn't know anyone there. I was introduced to a whole bunch of people, SVR, 9ball, so many people from the community, many of which you've seen on the podcast, Dread Scythe as well, Leviathan, and we all got to hang out and I got to know these people. I didn't know them well, but I got to know them. I got to be introduced to them. They knew that I was the mobile guy. And since then, we've all pretty much kept in touch. And many of them have been on the podcast, which is every Sunday. Actually, every other Sunday. There was an exclusive Diablo Immortal section, which was very hush-hush, very quiet, not announced or anything at BlizzCon. And I got to hang out there quite a bit. And I saw people's reactions from playing Diablo Immortal. And their reactions were overwhelmingly positive. People were really into what they were experiencing there, and many people even went to BlizzCon to try Diablo Immortal, which at the time I was like, no. But really, it was true. People were actually interested in it as a mobile game. That's when I realized that people are really into this. But then I got my hands in the game for the first time. So at BlizzCon, there was this back room, which was exclusive for press people, and I was considered a person of the press, a YouTuber, press person. And there were 3 iPads. And I believe there were 3 phones as well. And each one of them there were 3 iPads, or 3 tablets, I should say, and 3 phones, and they all had Diablo Immortal on it. They had 3 classes. It was the Demon Hunter, the Wizard, and the Barbarian, and I got to play, and I think the Monk too. And I don't remember, it was 2 years ago. I think it was 4 classes. I don't recall really. And I got to play Diablo Immortal for the first time, and I remember sitting next to Mobile Gamer, playing it for the first time, and being like, wow. This really is an incredible game. This is a game that's the future of mobile gaming. This is a game that I could completely make a whole new YouTube venture around. And that's really when my new second channel, which was all about action RPGs, morphed into a Diablo Immortal channel. In the beginning, it was lightly focused on Diablo Immortal, but then boom, it was heavily going to be Diablo Immortal. Since then, it has never strayed and will always be a Diablo Immortal channel. And I mean, I fell in love with the game. It was incredible. Since that time, and it's been a long time, right? It's been quite a while. Since that time, we've gotten the technical alpha, which was around for about 6 to 8 weeks, which was incredible. We got to see really more of the game, more classes and all of that. Then we got the closed alpha, which had more stages, as well as the Shadows and the Immortals, as well as the Heliquary, as well as the Crusader class as well. And now we're back in that waiting phase. So that's how I got into Diablo Immortal. It was all because of a phone call from Blizzard inviting me, having enough respect in the content that I made on YouTube, to give me a phone call and say that they wanted me to come to meet me. During that experience, I got to meet many of the developers, I got to meet a ton of the community, and I got to experience Blizzcon for the first time, and it really was an amazing, overwhelmingly amazing experience. Not only BlizzCon, but the community itself, the development team, and how genuine the people are that I met from Blizzard that actually worked there on this project were incredibly genuine and had a passion for the game. And even going out afterward, hanging out, everyone was super fun. It was just overwhelmingly amazing. I feel like I said overwhelmingly a lot, but that's because it was an overwhelming experience. It was a very exciting experience, and it was really right. I mean, I went full-time on YouTube very shortly after that trip. That's when I realized that this was something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life as a job and take it to the next level. And I'm doing my best, and I think that you guys of the community have done a good job supporting me in this. I think that I've done a pretty good job taking steps to do what needs to be done to be a solid Diablo Immortal creator for you guys. So there you have it, guys, in a nutshell, how I fell in love with Diablo Immortal, how I fell in love with the community, and how I fell in love with the team creating this game, which has all led to me making the commitment to be one of the best creators for Diablo Immortal out right now, and gonna try and continue doing the same thing as the game launches and into years to come for Diablo Immortal, because we know it's coming. We all know it's coming, guys. No doubt it. Just be patient. We're looking at it in a few months. That's my prediction. Hope you enjoyed the video and getting a little bit into my experience with Diablo Immortal. Hope to see you guys back here tomorrow, because you know I have Diablo Immortal videos for you every single day. So subscribe and ring the bell, so when that bell rings, you know to run right on over here so you can be the first one to write more Diablo Immortal in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Till then, be good.